Look, I'm gonna tell you something that your boss doesn't really want you to hear. While you're sitting in traffic for 2 hours a day, driving to work to make somebody else rich, there are people half your age, way dumber than you, and making what you make in a year in one single month. And trust me, I know this because I was once in your shoes. I used to make $10 every single hour at my local grocery store to my hometown in Alaska, and now I profit over $50,000 every single month consistently at the age of 22. And no, I'm not gonna tell you this was trading, crypto, dropshipping, none of those bullshit business models. Trust me, I've tried everything you've seen on the internet. The only thing that brought me any sort of success out of all the business models that I've tried is this thing called a digital middleman model. And in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly what it is and how you can do it too. But first, let me tell you something you might already know, but just need a reminder, which is why your 9 to 5 is screwing you and keeping you trapped. I mean, if you took the time to think about it and broke it down into actual numbers, the 8 hours that you have to put in every single day, which is 40 hours a week, 160 hours every single month, you're trading something for maybe $3,000 to $5,000 every single month, but it's not worth it. The time it takes to commute, the stuff you have to spend on gas, the stress, and all those months and years that stack up, you're spending all that time on something that you're not even guaranteed a raise. You're practically one layoff away from being in the worst financial position you've ever experienced in your life. But let's go back to the time part for a second, because you're spending 40 hours every single week for maybe a $750, $1,000 paycheck, and you don't even know what that's costing you. Because you look at it as you might be making $1,000, but you are actually losing thousands of dollars more than you're making. And here's what I mean, because digital middlemen make $15,000 to $30,000 every single month on average. That is not even the top performers. So to kind of put that in comparison for you guys, there are people making what you make in an entire week in just 4 hours of work. So the real opportunity cost is, yeah, you might be making $3,000 to $5,000 a month, but it is costing you a lifestyle in a dream scenario where you could be making $15,000 to $30,000 a month, and you're sacrificing your most valuable asset, which you don't have: time. And we don't even have to get into the fact that some of you are willing to trade 40 years of your life for a retirement that you might not even be able to afford in the future. Because while most people are glorifying this retirement plan in 40 years, that future might not even exist anymore, especially in the era that we're currently living in, because AI is eventually going to take your job, and it is already taking millions of jobs. Customer service, data entry, accounting, all of these jobs are already getting replaced by AI, and it's only been around for a couple of years. We are talking about the fastest technological human advancement of our time, and it's replacing millions of jobs in a couple of years. And you think that retirement might be a thing for you in 40? I don't think so. While you're comfortable in staying complacent and you're fine with just being where you're at, the technology that's currently going on and AI will adapt whether or not you want to. So if anything, this is the time to get a little bit stressed out on the time that you waste. But luckily for me and my business model and everyone within Innovate and the digital middlemen, my business model happens to be sales related, which is AI proof. Digital middlemen are the next generation of salespeople. Let me tell you something right now. The top performers never get replaced. The top performer for Elon Musk will never get replaced. The top middlemen selling private jets will never get replaced. You can name any company that you want. The one specific type of irreplaceable people was sales, and it's now digital middlemen. So let me explain to you what digital middlemen really do and what it is. It is a billion-dollar industry, and it's in the name. The only thing that I have to do and digital middlemen have to do is be in the middle between business owners and consumers. And don't worry, I'm gonna give you examples. Uber happens to be a billion-dollar company, yet they don't own any cars for some reason. DoorDash happens to just be a billion-dollar company, yet they don't happen to own any restaurants. Airbnb, lastly, they are one of the most popular billion-dollar companies, yet they don't own any houses themselves. I wonder why that is. So you're telling me that being a middleman without owning anything happens to be one of the most profitable businesses that you can start? And that is exactly how my business model works and how digital middlemen operate. There are 130 million online businesses like this guy. He's really famous. His name is Alex Hormozy, that need digital middlemen. And I want to repeat this statement for you because it's really important. 130 million online businesses that need digital middlemen. This isn't a once, it is a necessity for businesses to grow and scale. Now, why do businesses need middlemen? Because they provide high-level skill sets that help the business grow. And in exchange for these services, the digital middlemen of this era are paid extremely well. Like I said, $15,000 to $30,000 is the average. That does not include the top performers. And I don't know if you know how crazy that is, but just by being a digital middleman alone, that lumps you into the top 1% earners in the entire United United States. I believe it's a little over $500,000 a year puts you in the top 1%. And one of the best parts about this business model is the supply and demand. I just shared with you that there's 130 million businesses, right? But right now, today, there is only 60,000 middlemen that are currently in the marketplace to supply all of these business owners. That's one of the reasons why I started Innovate in the first place and started helping people do their first deals and get to their first $10,000 months, because I can't even go out and collect all the money in the marketplace. And like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, this market and this industry is absolutely irreplaceable, AI proof. And something to take note, why do you think all the billionaires of our era started off in sales? People like Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Top G, you know his name. Every single one of these people are billionaires, and they have all said this publicly. If they lost it all, they would get back into sales. Now, why is that? Because it is the most reliable source of cash flow and irreplaceable industry. So let's just recap the numbers real quick. You are spending double the amount of time at your 9 to 5 to only make 50, 60,000 a year. It's causing you more headaches than breaks. There's no sustainability in what you're doing, and you don't really see like a promotion for years to come. Whereas digital middlemen are making $15,000 to $30,000 a month on average by working half, if not a fourth of the time that you put in, and they can do it from anywhere in the world. Like I personally do this from my desk. That's why I have a setup here at my home office, and I'm taking on 99% less risk by actually pursuing this because my industry is irreplaceable. Whereas your jobs and the normal jobs of human society are getting less and less valuable and replaceable by the month, yet the year. Yeah, I think I've said my fair share. And by the way, if you guys want to get access to the same information that my students within Innovate are leveraging to get their first deal done within their first week and becoming digital middlemen, there's going to be a link in the description below. So lastly, we're coming to the end of this video, and I want to cover one really important topic, which is why most people stay broke. And I'm not saying this from like a silver spoon background at all. I was just like you guys, and I was just in your position. 3 years ago, I had less than $300 to my name. I was in college doing the normal stuff like partying, drinking, wasting my life away. I had a 2.0 GPA in college and dropped out at my first 2 years. And I had the exact same mentality as most people, which is,
oh, I'm gonna get a degree and it's all gonna work out and I'm gonna plan it after 4 years.
And trust me when I say that couldn't be further from the truth. Most people seem to think that the 9 to 5 is like the safe route in today's era. But even if you get into a 9 to 5, especially starting out, you're one layoff away from being broke again. And compared to actually starting a reliable business model that genuinely works, because my industry has so much demand, some people hyper-focus too much on the chance of getting rich, but they're not actually looking at the opportunity cost that they're actually putting themselves in, which is the guaranteed path of staying broke. And trust me, I know it's kind of a lot to take in and it's almost like a hard truth, but if you were to tell me 3 years ago that the person I was then was able to level up their life in just 3 years, short years by the way, to being in the position I am today where I'm making multiple 6 figures profit at the age of 22 with all of my combined businesses, I would tell you that you're absolutely delusional and it's not possible. And I'll tell you right now, trading time for money might be sustainable for you right now, but it is not worth it in the long run. I promise you, what you're experiencing today is nothing compared to what you will experience if you don't make any changes in the next 4 years. And trust me, this is coming from Exhibit A. I was you. I made all the excuses in the entire world. Like, I don't have any experience to start my own business, let alone pursue a business model. My background and my experience is I worked in a grocery store making $10 an hour, stocking the shelves with like food and soda. Now I'm a CEO of a multiple 6-figure profit company, and I used to drink and do all the bad things and give in to the vices of normal thing, I guess. Trust me, I am less qualified than you to pursue this. 2.0 GPA, let that sink in for a second. You might say, oh, AJ, that's just like you're a one-off situation. Well, out of all the 2,000 plus people that have joined Innovate, and out of all the student results that I've gotten, those people are just like you as well. The average person within Innovate, let alone the entire digital middleman business model, gets the first deal done on average within their first 90 days. It is not an experience issue. Or I'm sure you've heard this one before. It sounds way too good to be true. Yes, I had this mentality as well. I am a big proof over promise guy. If I don't see proof, I don't believe in it, so I know exactly what you're thinking. But that is just another excuse for what poor people say. Let's keep it 100% honest here. I'm gonna give you a really good analogy. I'm sure there was a lot of people that doubted Bitcoin when Bitcoin was popping. I'm sure there's a lot of people that doubted real estate when real estate was popping. The gold rush, another good example. I bet you there was a lot of people that was like, oh no, the gold rush won't make you rich. Or, oh no, like oil, a random liquid that came out of the earth, that can't make you rich, impossible. And every single one of these people that said that were operating operating from a position of mediocrity. I guarantee you right now, everyone from the past 50 years that didn't invest in Bitcoin are kicking themselves in the ass right now. The people that didn't invest in real estate when real estate was a thing and they could have 10x, 100x their net worth just by investing in it, I guarantee you they are kicking themselves in the butt. And I bet you they regret not investing or taking a chance on themselves way more than the people that actually did invest. Don't be that person that just has stories in 40 years of, oh, I lived through this time, but I didn't take any action. Oh yeah, I saw everybody else taking advantage of opportunities, but I was too scared to bet on myself. And lastly, you're probably thinking, oh, AJ, I just need a steady income right now. I can't do this right now. I have bills, I have things that I have to pay for. Well, that limiting belief should kind of go out the door right now because I just told you guys the demand in my industry is absolutely booming right now. If anything, it is more reliable to be in my business model than your 9-to-5. Employment rate has never been higher than it is right now. Why do you think so many people are employed right now? Layoffs happen, AI is coming, and corporate is not going to save you, let alone care if you lose your job. So if anything's going to be steady, it's going to be a reliable business model where you know you can count on yourself. Because I guarantee you right now, what is not steady is a 9-to-5 in the next 40 years. But this is the best part that I love about my business model is because I just have so many results. So don't take it from me. Take it from Keyshawn here, and I'll pull up some screenshots so you can see 19 years old and was able to collect $25,000 in one single month as a digital middleman. And he tried all the business models. He tried dropshipping, his own clothing brand, e-commerce, and he didn't have any success till he actually pursued a genuine business model like a digital middleman. Or 21-year-old Chike here, who had his own agency before, but then pursued a digital middleman model and was able to collect 10K a month in profit consistently. Or Sophia, who was a real estate agent and didn't like the vehicle that she was in because she had to be on site, she had to go show listings, and it was a lot of labor work, so she decided to pursue something a little bit more remote, a digital middleman, and she was able to do $250,000 for a company that Innovate provided and is able to soar past that 15K a month average that everyone glorifies. So I promise you, it's not just me that is leveraging this business model. And I want to point out this is a good thing, but it's also kind of a bad thing because yes, it is good right now, but just like all good things, it does come to an end. In the next 5 years, after this business model has gone insanely viral, everyone will know about this. So right now, you're just like me. You're early. So take advantage of it while you can. Don't be the person that didn't invest in real estate when the opportunity came. Because the last thing to do right now is waste time. AI is coming, corporate doesn't care, and eventually the supply of 60,000 middlemen will go up and competition will only get greater from years to come. And look, in 5 years from now, you're gonna be somewhere. The question is where. You can either be sitting in the same cubicle, making the same money and going through the same routine, watching inflation eat away at your buying power. If you didn't know, inflation is growing at like 11% every single year. So if you don't double your income every couple of years, you're not even gonna beat inflation. And the dark times when AI completely replaces your industry. Or you can be like some of the people that you just saw who took advantage of this opportunity and positioned themselves to win. And I'm not saying quit your job tomorrow because that's just dumb. But what I am saying is you need to take advantage of this right now before everyone else catches on. So if you're ready to stop trading your time for money and building somebody else's dreams, there's gonna be a link in the description below to book a call with my 8-figure team personally. And we can see if you're qualified to get access to the same information of everyone that you just saw within Innovate. So you can go ahead, click that link below and fill out the application in the description. And if you're looking for more value, I'll see you in the next video.